Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and today I want to talk about some expectations heading into this season for the New York Jets. It is pretty quiet right now in Jets land, right? The in-between of OTAs and training camp every year is my personal least favorite time of the year because there's not a lot to talk about, but there's a lot of excitement and a lot of buzz surrounding the New York Jets, especially amongst this fan base. So in this video, I just want to break down Aaron Rodgers' expectations and some other things I've been thinking about on my own to really get your guys' thoughts in the comment section of these specific topics. We're going to be breaking down Aaron Rodgers, the year two players, and the Jets' overall defense, and I'm really excited to break this all down. So again, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I got a lot of Jets content coming out when training camp comes around. I'm going to be back home by then in the traditional studio that you guys have been grown to be accustomed to, making awesome content. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy this video, and comment down below your thoughts of these topics that we'll be bringing up. So let's talk about Aaron Rodgers first and foremost, because I really want to break down the expectations from him. Aaron Rodgers is coming off a season where, if you think of it statistically, pretty darn good season from a quarterback from our standards, from Jets fans, in terms of all the quarterbacks that we're used to having. But with Aaron Rodgers' expectations, he did not live up to the Aaron Rodgers great elite talent that he usually was. 2 years ago and 3 years ago, Aaron Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs, 40-plus touchdowns, minimal interceptions. So the question is, are we getting MVP Rodgers? Are we going to get the same Rodgers as last year? Or is there a new level of Aaron Rodgers that we just don't really know what we're going to see yet? Now, the big reason why I personally have high expectations for Aaron Rodgers, and I've said this a lot on my channel, is because of the continuity of the offensive structure. Nathaniel Hackett being here really helps out Aaron Rodgers not have to worry about learning a brand new system, not have to worry about learning new verbiage. It's the same system he won back-to-back MVPs in, the same system that he's been in throughout his entire career. That's why I think Aaron Rodgers, right out of the gate, is going to work with the New York Jets. Now, also, you put into consideration the people that are around him on this Jets roster. He already has chemistry with Allen Lazard. He already has chemistry with his best friend and buddy in Randall Cobb. You can see him absolutely raving about the young talent of Garrett Wilson, thinking that he could be one of the best wide receivers in football eventually. He also mentioned Sauce Gardner as a player that could be the best corner in football eventually. So I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to really shock the world this season. I genuinely believe that. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to go out there and win MVP again, but I think that he has a chip on his shoulder, and I think that he is just in a really different headspace in terms of off the field and spiritually, and Aaron Rodgers just feels like he is ready to go and ready to just prove everybody wrong. Right? You just see the smile on his face when he was at Jets OTAs, going to Knicks games, Ranger games, Taylor Swift concerts. He's living up his life to the fullest. And I think this change of scenery is really important for Aaron Rodgers' development as a quarterback. And you might be thinking, Richie, there's no development of Aaron Rodgers. He's 39 years old. But there is a mental development when you have to go to a new culture, a new organization. Everything's new. The facility's new. It's brand new. So I think that Jets fans' expectations for Aaron Rodgers deserves to be high. And I think Aaron Rodgers' expectations for himself is going to be extremely high. So that's really the first topic, is the expectations that the Jets fans should have on our quarterback in Aaron freaking Rodgers. Because the hype has never been this high amongst the fan base since I've been covering this team. Back in 2018, 2019 is when I started. So usually I'm trying to hype up Sam Darnold or Zach Wilson, but this time we're hyping up that guy, who is a four-time MVP, Super Bowl winning quarterback that just so happens to be 39 years old at the end of his career, ready to go all in for a Super Bowl run. So those are my expectations for Aaron Rodgers. Now moving on to the year two players. What can we expect from Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall coming off an ACL tear, Jermaine Johnson, Jeremy Ruckert may be getting a bigger load. Is Max Mitchell going to fight for a starting job at that tackle spot? Is Michael Clemens going to become that absolute dominant force on that defensive line that can line up on the inside and the outside? I think the expectations for the year two players are exponential because we're coming off an historical rookie class. 2 rookie of the years on the same team in Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. All people said last year when we had that draft class is that the Jets won the draft. And what happened? They went out there and proved it on the football field. So now expectations are going to be through the roof. And if you go back to the season last year, the success that we had, you can argue that Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson all had a lot to do with the win. All the wins we had early on in the season. Sauce Gardner, game winner against the Buffalo Bills. Breece Hall running for 200 yards against the Miami Dolphins. Garrett Wilson, game-winning touchdown against the Cleveland Browns. I mean, I can go on and on about the rookie impacts, and that's only year one. And I know some people say, well, they're sophomore slumps. We can't expect him to go out there and just be better. Well, I'm going to do that because Garrett Wilson has what it takes to be a star in this league. Sauce Gardner has what it takes to be a star. I mean, he's already known, already looked at as literally the best corner in football. Not the best rookie corner last year, no. People are looking at Sauce Gardner, nationally speaking, as the best cornerback in the National Football League. Do you know how hard that is to do just with one season? So the expectations for those two players are going to be through the roof. Now, Breece Hall coming off the ACL tear, the expectations will be different. When we saw him healthy, he was dominant. And we're seeing really good progression from his ACL, that he's ahead of schedule. He's clocking at 21, 22 miles per hour on the GPS already. But I think that Breece Hall, Jets fans need to realize that it's going to take a couple weeks for him to get his confidence back, to get that mental back onto the field and not really worrying about the knee. So I'm looking at Breece and expecting him by like week 5 to get his rhythm and get back to that Breece Hall level. And that's why the Jets are in on Dalvin Cook, because you can't rely on Breece Hall coming off an ACL tear, and then you got Carter, Izzy Abanikanda, and Bam Knight as those running backs are going to be working in the rotation. But when it comes to a healthy Breece Hall, he could be one of, if not the best running back in football, and I can say that with a straight face based on what we saw last season. Now, Jermaine Johnson is an interesting one because I think that out of all the rookies from last year, he's the one that probably has the biggest ability to take that next level of a step. Because Sauce Gardner, I mean, how much of a step can he take? He's already that great. Garrett Wilson, he's going to take a step. I think he can get more than the stats that he put up last year, more than 4 touchdowns, more than 1,100 yards. I think is going to improve. But when it comes to Jermaine Johnson, he was kind of quiet as a rookie. If you want to compare him to Garrett and Sauce, he wasn't that star. But I think Jermaine Johnson can get you 7, 8 plus sacks, be that dominant run defender as well. So watch out for Jermaine Johnson to take that significant step. If there was one player from the rookie class last year to take the biggest leap forward, my pick is Jermaine Johnson. And Jeremy Ruckert. I think that he's going to be involved. You know, Aaron Rodgers loves his tight ends. I think that Jeremy Ruckert is going to be heavily involved in the offense this season going into year 2. You can really argue that last year was a redshirt year for Jeremy Ruckert. Didn't really get to play a lot. And then Max Mitchell, another player to look out for, and Clemens, of course. So the overall rookie class from last year, it's going to be pretty exciting to see what they do in year number 2. Now, the final topic I wanted to talk about is the Jets' defense. Can they bounce back and be better than they were last year? Can they replicate what they did? Or are they going to take a step back? Because the defense was pretty damn fantastic last year, and it's going to be hard for the Jets to replicate that. So that's the last topic I want to break down. But before we do talk about the defense, I do want to bring up a proud sponsor of Jets Media. That so happens to be Manta Sleep. You guys know them by now. They've been sponsoring the channel for these past few months. And if you guys want to use my promo code JETS to get your Manta Sleep mask for 10% off, click the link down below in the description and the comment pinned at the top of the comment section to get your Manta Sleep mask today. As you guys know, I've been on the road these past month or so, and I have been absolutely so thankful for this Manta Sleep mask. I've been achieving REM sleep anywhere I go. I put this on 100% blackout, super comfortable for side sleepers, for sleeping upright. They got so many different options on their website. So if you guys, again, want to click the link down below in the description or at the comment pinned at the top of the comment section to get your Manta Sleep mask. This is the Pro mask, which happens to be my personal favorite, but there's also glow-in-the-dark mask if you want to get crazy. There's a Bluetooth mask if you want to listen to some music before you go to sleep. There is a silk mask, a weighted mask. There's so many different options. So maybe a sleep mask isn't for you personally, but you might know a friend of yours, a family member, a parent, a child that would benefit from these. Make sure you guys use my promo code JETS to get your Manta Sleep mask today. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys always supporting the brand deals here on Jets Media. It really helps out the channel a lot. All right, so last but not least, the Jets defense. Now, it is going to be hard for them to really replicate what they did last year. And I think when I look at this Jets defense, the step that they can take forward that they did not do a really good job at last year is simple. Being a scoring defense. Taking the ball away. Now, what the Jets defense did so good last year is preventing other teams to score. And that's simple. They were the 4th best team in points allowed. Now, that's great defense, and I love that they were being able to force punts. That's really what they were doing. They were great on third downs. They were forcing punts. They were not allowing the offense to get into the end zone and keeping the Jets offense in the game throughout the entirety of the game, the majority of the season. But what we didn't see from the Jets defense, especially in the second half of the season, is taking the ball away, scoring points, pick sixes, fumble sixes. I kind of want to compare it to the San Francisco 49ers. You see their defense last year? That was a big reason why they were successful. This Jets defense has all the talent to do that. Get to the quarterback consistently, forcing mistakes, and how about recovering some fumbles, right? How many fumbles did the Jets force last year to how much did they recover? That ratio was not good in our favor. So I think that for the Jets to improve defensively is to continue doing what they do best, but they got to be able to rip the ball out of the air, get some turnovers, pick the ball off, force fumbles, recover the fumble, really set up this offense. Don't force the offense to have to save the world don't rely on the defense to be the saviors. I think the defense can really help out the offense by turning the ball over, giving the offense great field position. We didn't see that a lot. So I think that's the next step of this defense, is to becoming a scoring defense. You see the Patriots always do that, even though on paper they might not be the most talented player-wise, but the system, somehow they always get pick sixes. They always find a way to get the ball to their offense in good field position, and that's what good, successful teams do. So that's really what my expectations are for this Jets defense. If they can improve, that's the aspect I want them to do it the most. Get to the quarterback, force the quarterback to make errant throws, and we got a lockdown secondary with the guys like Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Michael Carter II, a lot of players that can rip the ball out of the air and force those turnovers. So that's really my thoughts of Aaron Rodgers, the year two players, and the Jets defense. I know it's the offseason, is not really a lot to talk about, but I had a lot of things on my mind about these New York Jets, and I wanted to make a video to give you guys my overall thoughts. So if you guys have any feedback, let me know down below in the comment section of any of the topics that I discussed, or if there's any topic that I did not bring up that you want to hear my thoughts about. I'd love to have some discussion with you guys in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you're not already. It really helps out the channel a ton. As always, peace and love, and let's go Jets. Training camp right around the corner. Cannot wait. Peace.